Hello, my people. Warm welcome to the decoding of the business newspaper this Friday and every Friday every week. So, let me wait for some of you to join, and meanwhile, let me show you how the paper looks today. So, looks amazing today, and I'm decoding the paper from today. I can see some of you have begun joining, so if you can start acknowledging. Preeti, hi, I can see you, you've joined. Bindu has joined, welcome. Rakhi, Preeti, hi. Somebody from Women on Wealth has joined. Do share your name. Hira, Sheetal, who is it? Priyanka, my namesake, welcome. Do share, guys, which city you're logging in from, so that we know how the online world is just bringing us together. Bindu, Rakhi, Beena, thank you. Sure, Rakhi, do that watch party. Women on Wealth really requires it if we want to reach 2030. But if you keep commenting in the live comments, we will receive. We will receive it. Okay, so Sarabjeet, welcome. She's joining us from Goa, guys. So we have Goa here. Which other cities do we have right here? Ritu, Shelly, good morning. Shelly, I trust your dad is better. Do write in. How is he doing now? Because the entire community is praying for him. He has to get well. There is no other choice he has. Rani, hi. Preeti is from Delhi. And Sarabjeet has joined from Goa. And of course, I'm in Delhi. My lovely people. Ridhima, Kavneet, welcome. Rani is joining us from Nashik. Okay, wow. So we have Delhi, Nashik, Goa. Okay, got it. Which other cities, guys, are we joining in from? Let's gear up with this conversation. Got it. So Ridhima is in Gurgaon, which is Delhi NCR. Kavneet is in Bangkok. Got that, Kavneet? What's the time there, Kavneet? Is it morning there? Yeah, got that, Priyanka. Big thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, which other cities everybody is joining in from, guys? Let's kind of get connected to. Great, Kavneet. 11:30 a.m. is good. Okay, got that. I'm glad. Okay, Priyanka is in Mumbai. So we have Mumbai, Nasik, Goa, Delhi. Nobody from Bangalore? Mumbai. Which other places our people are from? They're from Jaipur also, Chandigarh also. I know a few of our members from down south, Chennai also. Okay, while you guys type the cities, let me begin. So the first article that I'm decoding is from RBI. And guys, few weeks or maybe few months ago, we discussed about the loan moratorium scheme which was introduced by the RBI, which actually help people in tiding over these difficult financial times. So RBI has ended the loan moratorium. So that's the first thing that has happened yesterday. So let me read through it, and today that's how we are going to decode. So the Reserve Bank of India ended the loan repayment moratorium and unveiled a loan restructuring program as a first step towards nudging industry and banks to return to normalcy, while keeping interest rates unchanged, balancing the need to shore up the COVID hit economy with inflation vigilance. So if you remember, over the last few weeks, some of the bankers have been saying, they've been putting them in the papers as well, that they refrained. They said, okay, please do not extend the loan moratorium, and exactly that is what the RBI has done. So it has ended the loan repayment moratorium, and a new loan restructuring program has been introduced, and banks are expected to return to normalcy. The biggest thing that was cheered by the Indian stock markets yesterday was were the unchanged interest rates. So the RBI did not increase the interest rates, and they were kept unchanged. And that unchanged is actually going to help the economy in recovering from whatever challenges it has been through. So I'm reading forward. So the Monetary Policy Committee unanimously backed the status quo on rates, on interest rates, amid elevated price pressures, but acknowledged the need for action to aid economic growth, which remains fragile in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic and the closures that followed. So the Monetary Policy Committee also decided to continue with the accommodative stance as long as it is necessary to revive growth and mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy, while ensuring that inflation remains within the target going forward, RBI said. So guys, what is it talking about? Interest rates remaining unchanged, inflation kept under check, a lot of accommodation for loan restructuring, and the intention is to support the economic growth of our country. So I think this was like the starting point for the cheering in the stock market yesterday. So on page number 7 of today's papers, you will see how, there is a beautiful article, and this article talks about how mid and small caps join street party on retail support. So a lot of retail investors bought stocks yesterday, and not only did select large caps grew in prices, but actually the small caps and mid caps, which had not moved since January 2018, actually moved. So guys, for all of you who are stock investors, I know a lot of you are my stock investors who are joining this decoding. So for you guys, all of you stock investors, or people who are not a part of our stock investors community, but they join us on the decoding, guys, all of you know that mid caps and small caps weren't performing since January 2018. So it's about 2.5 years since mid caps and small caps have not performed, and this move yesterday triggered the upside movement for them. So let me read through. So the bloodbath in mid and small cap stocks that began in January 2018 appears to be over. So I was like, wow, I mean, sometimes I just love the English that these guys write more than, I think it was extremely valuable to read this. So I'm reading it again. The bloodbath in mid and small cap stocks that began in January 2018 appears to be over. Since May 1st, 295 of the NSE 500 stocks have outperformed the benchmark. Like, look at that. So around 300 of the 500 stocks, mid and small caps, have outperformed the index. And this is led by surging retail investor interest, which are us, okay, small investors like us, who typically will not have many crores to invest. Small amounts of money we invest. So what is this led by? This growth in 295 stocks led by increase in retail investor participation, number one. Number two, fall in lending rates. So the RBI had reduced the lending rates during the COVID times. And third is better than expected Q1 results of many companies. So these three are the main reasons for the performance in 295 stocks of the 500 NSE 500 stocks. And well, that's a good, very good move. Just yesterday I was writing in our Women Stock Investors Community's WhatsApp group how I am amazed seeing some of my mid cap and small caps move, which have not moved in many years. So it was quite a surprise for me. So this says, take a look. The Nifty small cap 100 and mid cap 100 indices have rallied 28% and 18% respectively. So the Nifty small cap 100 has rallied by 28%, guys, and mid cap 100. So these are 100 companies in the mid size segment, which have grown by 18% since May 1st. The Nifty, on the other hand, has gained only 13%. So all the people, who were saying that, okay, index funds are going to take over completely and we're not going to generate as much money in active funds and we're going to be like the US. I think we are far ahead as of now, because this is pretty much informing us about the activity in the economy. So Nifty growing by 13%, while small cap 100 growing by 28%, mid cap 100 growing by 18%. So this is, when I look at such news and I begin to decode it, then my further positivity in active stock investing grows. Because then I know that yes, there is potential, yes, there is, it's called the alpha. Okay? Yes, there is potential between the rise in the index and the rise in stocks or mutual funds, equity mutual funds. So that's what's possible. So since March 24th this year, which is when the lockdown started. So since March 24th this year, the Nifty has climbed 47.17%. Compared with Nifty mid caps, 109% surge, and the small cap index, which is 55.95% rise. So guys, let me be upfront. No fund, okay, no mutual fund is going to give you 100% rise or say a 56% rise. This is only possible if you invest in your own self, if you understand how companies operate. And I again and again come back to the fundamentals that if we want to create wealth, then there are just 3 ways to do that. Number 1, stocks. Number 2, run your own businesses. Number 3, invest in properties. Properties seem to be out for some time now. But as far as stocks are concerned, we are back in the game, and businesses were always required innovation and evolvement, and we would make money out there. So let me read further, and I will take up questions in a while, guys. Okay. So retail investors have played a major role in this up move. They have raised their stake in 318 of the NSE 500 companies in the first 2 quarters of 2021. Hazy earnings prospects may have limited the activity of institutional and other informed investors in those smaller companies, but retail investors have discovered some new love. So it's talking about how institutions which invest in hundreds and thousands of crores, they've not been investing in the small and the mid caps as such, but retail investors have been really picking them up, and that's what's happening. And I'm surprised actually myself to see mid caps and small caps really moving forward. Okay, let's read further. I trust people who are not a part of our women stock investors community are making some sense of it. So several mid caps which underperformed last year are fundamentally doing well now, especially in chemicals, pharma, and others with rural presence. Now look at it, it's actually informing, if you begin to decode this, it begins to inform you of the sectors which are doing well. So guys, if you see companies which are in our universe of stocks in chemicals, pharma, and some which have rural presence, they're actually doing well in the stock market. This is actually so. And we've been talking about these companies in our investors community. Now this is said by Pankaj Pandey, who is head of research ICICI Securities. Also, many mid-sized companies have surprised the street with a good set of numbers as their profit margins have increased due to fall in raw material prices. So crude prices really went down and a lot of companies got the benefit of it. I'm just giving you an example. All three indices are still down year to date, so it is not as if the market is completely out of the woods. It's not that. The Nifty and mid-cap indices are down 8% and 7% respectively, while the small cap index is down 11%. So guys, that's another news that I wanted to decode today. So the Sensex surged. The Sensex increased by 362 points on Thursday after the RBI left interest rates unchanged. And let's see how much Nifty jumped. Yes, so Nifty jumped by about say 100 points, and it was at 11,200. And some of the stocks which did very well yesterday were Tata Steel, which was the top gainer in Sensex, and it rose by about 4%. Infosys, Bajaj Finance, TCS, HCL Technologies, ICICI Bank, and Tech Mahindra were the others which followed. And guys, if you notice, these are mostly the companies which are in our universe of stocks. So I trust you're decoding and getting that confidence. You're gaining that confidence by reading and studying all this. On the other hand, Bharti Airtel, M&M, L&T, and Axis Bank were among the losers. Got it. So guys, what are you getting from this decoding? I want some of you to start typing what you are getting from this. Okay, I want to welcome more of my people who joined in. So Sonal, Anamika, Kavleen, Shalini, Archana, Bhavna, Sumaya, Bhumika. Welcome guys. Thank you for acknowledging you guys are here. Okay guys, please start typing. Okay, what are you getting? What are you learning? Okay, Kavneet, just maybe you want to log out and log in again if you still can't hear me. Okay, Seema is sharing. Market is opening for the mid and small caps. That's one of the learnings Seema has. Great, Seema. And with how you're studying large caps, this is what you need to keep doing with velocity, everybody. The way you've learned how to research large caps, small caps, now you need to keep doing that with velocity so that over the next few years you can watch how the market cycle moves, the ups, the downs, the stagnation, how it moves. So guys, I want to hear more takeaways right now. Namita, welcome. So Namika is sharing how, she needs to continue reading and she needs to keep herself up to date, and that is very much needed. Got that, Anamika? Absolutely. There is no substitute to reading and also no substitute to engaging with the community, because only then can you really upskill with velocity, is how I see it. This is my perspective. Preeti is sharing some good news from the stock market after RBI's announcements. Mid cap and small cap news is encouraging for her. Great. Great. Bhumika, I'm not taking questions. I want to just see what people are learning right now. Okay, Priyanka is saying ease of restriction for lot of economic activity on the way. Got that. Okay, Kavleen is sharing that she's curious to know more what is driving the retail investors to buy more. Okay. Got that. Priyanka, great. Shriya, absolutely. This is a great place for you to start. Absolutely. Got that. So I'm glad that you guys are learning. Yeah. And lockdown effect, okay, customers are open to mid-cap brands. Okay, got that, Priyanka. Okay, answering some questions then. Bhumika is saying what's the difference between mid and small cap? These are the sizes of companies in the companies which are listed in the stock market, Bhumika. So that's the size. Yeah, Sarabjit is saying economy is going to improve. Absolutely. Like, what I want to say is, look at where we started from. I mean, when we were decoding, there were spaces, there was so much fear, there was so much uncertainty, and look at how we've moved spaces. So stock market moves with like how life moves, ups and downs, and sometimes, it just seems that we're not going anywhere and then all of a sudden we begin to move. So that's how even life moves. So similar. So Kavleen is saying that the article says Nifty small cap 100 up by 28%. Yes. Small cap indices up by 42%. Yes. So there may be even smaller small caps which are not a part of the Nifty 100 small cap, and they've done well. That's what it means. Kavleen. Okay. Great, guys. So let's move. Let's move to now one news from the FMCG sector. Okay. Let's move. So what are FMCG companies doing? And FMCG is fast moving consumer goods, and it has done extremely well in the market in the lockdown period, because all of us were buying a lot of fast moving consumer products. Example, we were all drinking Nescafe. Yeah, we were having the coffee that we love. We were all eating biscuits that we love. So the packaged food was bought in quantities which wasn't really expected in the breakdown that we dealt with, in the challenge that we dealt with in the economy. So what has happened is that to tide over any further lockdowns, FMCG companies like all these are mentioned. So Britannia, Nestle, ITC, these three companies have been mentioned in this article, and they are saying how they are handing over, they're giving more inventory to distributors, and the inventory is much more closer to distributors in case there is lockdown which further comes ahead. So I'm reading from here. So consumer good companies are supplying products, especially food, in higher quantities than before to distributors, so that unexpected shutdowns in COVID-19 outbreak areas don't disrupt supply chains and hamper distribution of goods to local stores. So now Britannia MD Varun Berry is saying, to whatever extent possible, we are supplying excess products. We are supplying excess products to distributors and keeping inventory closest to demand centers. Stock holding is still a challenge. A Nestle spokesperson said it has increased the frequency of supplies to distributors to mitigate any possible stock outages. ITC has taken similar steps. We have increased pipelines across all nodes in our supply chain and have made detailed plans to work around the disruptions to ensure adequate stock availability. So now look at FMCG companies, guys. Look at how you could decode this information. They are thinking ahead, and they are covering themselves for any uncertainties which may show up in the future. And not only are they covering themselves, they're well prepared, and they are making sure enough stock is available to take care of their customers. So I love companies which think ahead, reinvent themselves, which kind of move with the changing times, and they're not stuck with how they used to do things in the past. So they look at the future, what does the future need, and they operate from there. Now that requires a very different kind of navigation, like really navigating from the future than from the past. So yeah, I love this about the companies. Okay, so guys, this is where we complete. Could you start sharing what you're taking away from 3 articles that we decoded today in the last about 29 minutes? So guys, please start sharing. What are you taking away for your personal journey to wealth creation, where you are really taking charge of your finances, you're building that voice in your family? Start sharing. What are you taking away? Lopa Mudra, I think you've typed something by mistake. You want to consider this. I actually love this silence where all of us are typing and figuring what we are taking away for our personal journeys. Okay, Preeti is saying FMCG stocks are a good option to consider. Got that, Preeti? This is what you're taking away. I'm glad. Anamika is sharing it's time to start researching mid and small cap companies to build that knowledge. No, Anamika, you're still in these stocks program, you're still learning, so first learn, okay? And we will come to mid and small caps in the stock investors community if you join it, okay? No hurry. Smriti, welcome. She's sharing, ultimately jugaad and offbeat thinking is the key to handling the uncertainties of life. Got that, Smriti. Namita has gotten that there is lots to learn. Namita, I echo that thought. Nobody can know enough in this ocean of the stock market. Yeah, got that, Namita. Shreya is saying this gives her an idea about how businesses are to be studied. Absolutely, Shreya. Sarabjit is saying she's going to study more about mid and small caps. Sarabjit, you will do that only after you complete the Money Gym program. So you're doing that currently. Raki is saying learn more about companies to choose for short mid-term. Nestle is a good option. Got that, Raki. Kavleen is saying economy is revival, time to test the mid cap and small caps. Got that. Beena is saying Chyawanprash sales, comfort food, all sales have increased. Got that, Beena. Absolutely. I am the one who bought Chyawanprash pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID. So absolutely, I think all of us are about living healthy lives. Bhumika is saying this lockdown has been an eye-opener for all of us, and I think not only companies, we as individuals have learned that investing is important. Got that, Bhumika? Continue investments in mid and small caps if you've already invested in spite of all fears. Got that, Preeti? Ridhima is saying that her takeaway is to keep reading the newspaper daily and attend the news decoding. Absolutely, Ridhima, with all the trust. Do that. Karishma is saying mid caps are actually doing well as compared to large and small caps. Got that, Karishma? Priyanka is saying companies are changing their strategy as per the current situation and they should be watched for. Kavneet is saying biscuit companies and pharma companies tend to make profits during emergencies. Well, Kavneet, I think some biscuit companies, FMCG companies were doing well pre, during and now even post-COVID. Yes, keep reading up, Beena. Got that, guys? Thank you so much. If you're deriving value from these decoding and from the programs that we run, please share them with more and more women. We invite you to pay it forward so that we can all really become empowered with money. We can take charge of our finances as women, and our future generations will be much different from what our older generation, at least, or women were. So that's what I invite all of you for. So do click on the share button and share this in your stories or as posts or in any groups that you're a part of, and invite women to take charge of their finances, because I think when we enable women with financial education, empowerment begins. Please do that, and if you can share right away, just write down shared and do write down your city, because that's one of the things I wanted to know. And meanwhile, I'm reading some of you. Kavneet is saying ET is to be thoroughly read each week. Absolutely. FMCG sector is in boom, forever growing sector. Yes, Rakhi. Sarabjit is saying don't forget Maggie from Nestle. Preeti, you're welcome. Expressing gratitude is one of the values of our community. Thank you for practicing it. Anamika is saying that she shared. Thank you, Anamika. Thank you for being a part of the mission and paying it forward. I think this is what we invite from each woman, because we know by 2030 we will never make 50 lakh women financially educated if we do not have each other by our sides. So thank you, Anamika, for being on our sides. And Rakhi had already shared the post. She was doing a watch party. Anybody else who is sharing, please type in that you've shared, and if you've not shared your city that you're joining in from, do that too, please. Got that, Seema? Thank you. And guys, Seema is in Pune. I know that. Kavneet, thank you. Thank you for taking this forward. It means the world for us. So know that it means the world for us that you guys are standing up and taking the mission forward. Shriya, thank you. Thank you. Sarabjeet, got that. And Sarabjeet, I also want to acknowledge you for sharing about the Women on Wealth Facebook group with many of your friends. We saw that you invited them into the Women on Wealth Facebook group. So thank you for doing that, because each step counts at this point. Yeah. Priyanka, thank you for sharing. Yeah, and thank you for expressing gratitude. I think that's what we stand for. The more we are grateful, the more we receive. I think that's how the world is. Got that, Namita? Thank you for joining us from Lucknow. So we have different cities where people logged in from, starting from Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Lucknow, Bangkok. So wherever you are, I think one thing that really connects us is the purpose of Women on Wealth. It's the mission that connects all of us. Otherwise, why would we log in right in the morning and derive value? So thank you for connecting, taking charge of your finances, and let's just keep the pushing actually the bigger purpose forward. I think that is what will actually change how women operate in this world. So on that note, guys, I complete today's decoding. Keep coming back and keep deriving value, because it's only when you upskill you make a difference to your money life. Take charge. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.